This is the Bower Power Overdrive. So if you've been watching this channel for any length of time, you'll know that I'm a huge fan of Jimmy Bower. EYEHATEGOD, all of his various projects, Down, Superjoint Ritual, Mystic Crew of Clear Light. I credit Jimmy with kind of getting me interested in the whole genre, at least to a large degree. I had picked up Down 2 back when it came out in 2002 or so, became a huge fan of that band, and started to research the various other bands that the guys were in, Crowbar, COC, and of course EYEHATEGOD. And EYEHATEGOD was really the first band I dove deep into at the time. Picked up a copy of Confederacy of Ruined Lives and In the Name of Suffering, and I can just remember probably back in 2003, 2002, I guess, just listening to that cassette all summer long, just flipping it over and over while I worked in this kind of shitty factory job. And so obviously working with Jimmy on this project, being such a longtime fan, it was just an absolute honor. Dude is such a legend, such a great guy, and I'm really proud of this overdrive that we came up with. And so once again, working with Nick Williams of Dunwich Amplification, we kind of went to Jimmy, asked him what kind of specs he would like on the overdrive, and really it was important to him to maintain that classic kind of SD1 style overdrive that he's used for decades now and has been the core of the EYEHATEGOD sound. But he also wanted something that was able to add kind of a little more thickness and fatness to the tone without changing things too dramatically. With EYEHATEGOD going from a 2-guitar band to a 1-guitar band a few years back, he was really just looking for something that would kind of thicken out that live sound. Kind of the way he explained it was he wanted something that could almost sound like the amp had more power or more kick, just a bit more low end while maintaining that kind of signature SD1 style overdriven tone. So we kind of worked together on some ideas to come up with something that would meet that sort of design spec. And so the Bower Power Overdrive is the result of that work. Basically, this pedal combines a classic op-amp style overdrive with a solid state power amp boost. And this thing absolutely kills. It kind of offers up a full range of overdriven tones from a classic edge of breakup to a crunch to a really aggressive kind of almost distortion-like overdrive. Now the overdrive and the power amp boost each have independent gain controls, with the suffering control here adjusting the gain of the overdrive and the abuse knob here controlling the gain of the power amp boost. Now the cool thing about the power amp boost is that it was designed to compensate for the typical low end cut that occurs early on in most standard op-amp overdrive circuits. And then we've provided further EQ adjustment via this active tilt tone control. When you roll it all the way off, you're going to emphasize the lows, kind of boost the low end. And then as we crank it up, we're going to put more emphasis on the upper mids and treble. Then finally, the output signal level of the pedal is controlled via this master volume control, which is loud enough to further overdrive the input of other pedals or amplifiers. Now to capture that classic I Hate God style overdrive tone, you're going to want to crank the level, roll the tone all the way off, crank the suffering knob, which is again that op-amp overdrive gain, and you're going to want to set the abuse knob just a little bit above 0. So that's going to give you a classic I Hate God style overdrive. Now the way Jimmy likes to run this pedal, he likes to crank the power amp boost and roll off the op amp overdrives. So volume at max, tone at min, suffering at min, and abuse at max. I really like to set both knobs at noon, so you've got some of that power amp boost going along with that classic op amp overdrive, but really you've got just a ton of amazing sludge style tones available at every position of the two knobs. And with the active tilt tone control here, you can get just a wide range of tones throughout the entire sweep. Really fun pedal to play with, just a ton of really aggressive, sludgy overdrive tones to be had within. Bower Power Overdrive is available for the very first time over on our website today, doesitdoom.com. I got a link down below this video in the description. Head on over there, get your hands on one before they sell out, because they most certainly will.